Welcome back. I've opened up another file here. We're starting with the new one, and I'm going to show you how to make a chess piece real quickly. Again, we're in the millimeters product design template. So the first thing we want to do is we want to start off with a basic rectangle. And we want the rectangle to go up the blue axis. So we trace the blue axis up here, and occasionally the little icon will pop up that'll say on blue axis. Then when we move it away from the blue axis, it goes away and it pops back down. The way we get around this is we just trace up here so that it's on the blue axis, and then we simply type in the dimensions that we want. And we want 140, 500. It's 140 millimeters by 500 millimeters tall. That seems a little big, and for what we need to do, we're going to start off large and then scale it smaller. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the tape measure. And the tape measure allows us to make marks or even lines where that we can shoot for later, that we can use as placeholders. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put a mark up 40 millimeters. So type 40. Let me go back here. So on the click anywhere on the bottom line, release and start to go up, and now type in 40 and hit enter. Go back again to the bottom line, click along the edge of the bottom line, go up, and let's go to 375 and press enter. And one more time, we'll go to the bottom, go up to, we're going to type in a value here of 400. So these are our basic guidelines. Now we're going to use this tool over here, the arc tool, and we want to start off in this top corner up here and drag it down slightly to the left. Your exact spacing, try to mimic on this one as closely as you can to me, but if it doesn't look exactly like this, that's no big deal. So now we have this arc right here. And what I've done to get this arc is click on the corner here, drag out to the left, click again, and now after the second click, I can move the mouse and stretch this arc out fatter and skinnier. So I'll go ahead and stretch it out a little bit here, so it's about a half circle. Then we go to the end point here, click and drag the arc straight down, and then drag it to the left. All right, so that gives us a little profile like this. Then go back to the end point. So hover over till it says end point. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to get to the actual end point. All right, we got it. And let's go down and a little bit, actually let's go all the way over to the edge here, and then let's drag, this time let's drag the arc to the left, so we end up with something like this. Now we're going to do a line, and we're just going to connect from the end point down to the corner with a line. And now let's erase some things. So let's go ahead and press the select tool and click on this outside face and press delete. Click on this line, press delete. This line, press delete. This line up here, if you have one, you may not have one, press delete, so we have a nice clean profile. Then when we actually finish the chess piece, you'll see that this looks a little bit funny up top, and you can figure out experiment with how to make it look a little bit more normal. Let's go ahead to the circle tool and place the circle so that it is blue and on the origin, and click and drag out and go right to the edge of the pawn. So right now you might notice that this looks a lot like an orthographic projection of half of a pretty simple chess piece here. Well, let's go ahead and use a tool that is called the Follow Me tool. And in order to do this, you first want to go ahead and click on the edge of the circle. And this is the path. This is the path that you want this face to follow. So go ahead, make sure the edge of the circle is highlighted, not the center, the edge of the circle. Go up to Tools, select Follow Me, and hover over the face of your chess piece and click once. There you go. Now you have a chess piece. The top looks a little funny. It's got a little bit of a dimple there. You can experiment with getting rid of that. The bottom of the chess piece is a little plain. They're normally a little bit more adorned, but I just wanted to give you something simple to get started. Now this chess piece, you might be saying, well, this chess piece is 500 millimeters tall, so that's 50 centimeters. It's a little big. So what we want to do is we want to select this whole chess piece by triple clicking. So again, we triple click 1, 2, 3, and that selects the whole chess piece. Right click, and let's make this a group. And then let's go ahead and scale this group. So go to Tools and Scale. And we can go ahead and take one of the corners at the top and click, hold down Control, and we can scale it by a factor of, let's go to 0.1, so type in 0.1, and if that doesn't work, you can just go down and get as close as you can to 0.1 on the measurements. So I'm looking on the bottom left, and I got to 0.1 down here, and now here's my chess piece. I can go ahead, it's a much more realistic size for a chess piece, and that's all for this video. You can, after you've done this chess piece, you can go ahead and design your own.